Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to do some 10 car crashes, which should be pretty interesting, don't you think? Alright, so let's go ahead and spawn us up 10 vehicles. Now we're going to start off with all the vehicles being the same thing, but different colors. So we're going to use the D15 V8 4-wheel drive off-road edition, and we're going to have 10 of them. So there's the first one, and that one's red, and the next one, it could be, I don't know, orange. All I care is we got a nice variety of colors. So I'm going to just keep spawning these up, and you can skip along if you want, or you could just watch me try to find colors I like that green right there. That's a beautiful color. So we got 3. I'm trying, like I said, to get as much variety in the colors as possible. This is a very important part of the video. We got to have a variety of colors. You can't just have everything the same color. It would suck. Because then you can't be like, oh, that's this car's part. You'd be like, that's a part from, well, virtually any car maybe, because they all are the same color. How dumb was that? That's why I'm like, I'm not dumb. I know to make them all different colors. We could do a yellow. So we got yellow, pinkish purple. That's a pinkish purple, I guess. Green, orange, red. And that's only 5 of them. We have 5 more to do. We could do a black and a white. The black and the whites are the colors I don't usually use because they're bland, but it's a different color. I mean, there's only so many colors you can use when you have 10 vehicles. And there we go. And you can notice also the frame rate is just going worse and worse and worse, and I'm still spawning vehicles. Like, you can't stop me. I got more things to spawn. Yeah, maybe I will if I end up doing a lot of things like this. Maybe I should get an 8-core processor. I don't know. Why am I scrolling down? I don't know what I'm doing. Just thinking, I need more processing power. All right, we'll do this one as a baby blue, and that's 8 cars, I believe. So we got 2 more, and then we have the 10 that are required. I'm gonna just spawn them both up, and then change their model afterwards. So just say off-road edition. And what have I not used? We could get like a dark purple going. That might work. How similar is it to the other one? Oh, that looks pretty similar, isn't it? Not that much. It's good. Alright, so these are the 10 cars we're gonna use. Chrome. Gotta have chrome. So there we go. We got the 10 cars, and now we have to line them up some way so that they can all kind of crash in the same spot. Now, there's a bunch of different ways you could do this, but I want them to kind of go crash, 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 crash. And the easiest way to do that is just to line them up one behind the other like they're in traffic. So we're going to use the map editor to do just that. Sorry about that jump right there. I hit go to the car and go into map editor mode at basically the same time, so it just kind of seems like we teleported. Anyways, let's go and line these vehicles up. The first one, we're going to put it at 0, 0, and then 1. Now, I put them at 1, so they're a little bit above the ground because you don't want them to get stuck in the ground here, because that can happen. And I'm just speaking from experience. So the next one we go 0, 10, 1. And then we're going to go like 0, 21 and just keep going until they're all in the spot. I just got to make sure I remember to count upwards, because knowing me, I'll end up doing 20 twice and then they'll be on top of each other. And that's totally not what we want to do. That's not, well, I mean, you could do that. There's nobody's going to stop you and be like, no, that's not allowed. It's just, that's not what the goal is right now. Oh, I put 0. There you go. And then the 60. This is the right number of cars that I spawn too many. Probably spawn too many. If it goes up to 90, it's the right amount, so I guess it's okay. Yep, okay, we have the right amount of cars. No worries here. The silver, though, it looks like a white car. Oh, well. We got 2 white ones, then. It's not that biggest issue you'll ever hear. So we should have a lineup of cars. Or trucks, I guess you should say. And that is perfect. Now, when we drive these, we gotta hit something. I mean, if we go here, we could just drive forever and hit the ramp and see what that does, and then we could actually hit a solid object. That's my plan, at least. So let's go ahead and go back to the car and go back into the game. The easiest way to do this is to just take my truck and park it in front of the ramp, because if I have the AI chasing me right now, that would make a mess. Like, you see me, I'm swerving all over the road. The AI would be swerving all over the road trying to hit me. They would hit each other, they would crash and burn before they even got to the ramp. So there would be no amazing jump on the ramp, and it'd be sad, because I want an amazing jump on the ramp. Makes sense, right? So anyways, we're going to just go to that ramp, and I'm seeing it's actually a good distance away. When the vehicles hit the ramp, they're going to be going about 115, 120 miles per hour. That's a good speed. So I gotta start braking like right now, actually. It doesn't look like we're going fast, but the speedometer says 115. The frame rate's low, so it looks like we're barely moving. And that's a pretty good stop, actually. A little bit too soon, because I want to be behind the ramp. That way the trucks will fly over my truck. And they'll all hopefully fly in the exact same way, which will probably look cool. And I haven't tried this before, actually. This is one of the few things I'm doing where I haven't, tested it and be like, yep, that works. This is just one of those ones where it's like, hey, I could put a ramp here and see what that does. You know, originally I was just going to put up a brick wall, but then I thought, what if we put a ramp? Or what if we use the ramp that's there, I should say. So let's go ahead and get the AI to attack player car. And I am pretty centered up on this thing, right? Yeah, it's pretty centered. It's not 100% perfect, but it's good enough. Like, I don't think if I was to try to like go inching it left and right for 5 minutes, if it would really help much at all. It's just, I could, but it's not worth it. So let's go ahead and take a peek at the AI, see how they're doing, make sure they're not crashing and burning. Looks like they're all nice, straight lined. They are driving, right? I don't hear them. Oh, yep, they're driving. All right, that looks good to go. Let me freeze physics so I can kind of get in front of them. Well, don't have to be that in front of them. Isn't it funny though? You freeze physics and oh, that frame rate, 60 frames per second. A little bit lower when you look at all the vehicles in the line, but for the most part, I can get a nice smooth frame rate when physics is frozen. And then you unfreeze it, it's like, oh, where did my frames go? And then my CPU starts crying like, why you do this? This is too much stress. Maybe I should get an 8-core CPU. I don't know. It's hard to know. Alright, so for the first one, I want to do it at slow-mo. Not 100 times slow-mo. Let's do 8 times slow-mo. Oh, that looks cool. They just all hit it the exact same way. Alright, once the last one hits the jump, we'll turn the camera. Actually, we could go and rotate the camera like this right now. Oh, that's cool. It looks like one of those things where you take a bunch of shots from the same position and then you kind of just like merge them all into one so it shows like what somebody did. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but it's one of those things you could do with a camera. That's what it reminds me of, except it's a bunch of different trucks all doing the same thing. Oh, if they could all land it and keep driving, that would have been amazing, but they're not going to land that. That's roof right there. The other ones might be okay. Well, one of them might be okay. I don't know, that green one. Nah, they're all going to get wrecked. That's just too high of a jump. One thing I'm noticing, though, they're not actually hitting each other. They all just kind of did the jump, landed on their own, and then they flew the rest of the way. Like, there's not much collision between the trucks. Those two hit each other. The two that are almost the exact same color are the ones that hit each other. Those ones are actually really close to the same color. I don't know what I was doing. That was supposed to be yellow. And of course, those are the two that hit each other. All the other ones, they don't even make contact. Oh well. Go ahead. I mean, let's go ahead and make this at real time so you can just kind of see, whoa, how far they were gonna go. That's about how far they went. And I think what I'll do is I'll put my truck and respawn it right here, which can get messy sometimes because the AI doesn't know how to chase a car that's respawned. Hopefully I don't ruin things. And we're gonna tell the AI to go off, or reset all, and then we're gonna tell them to attack player car and hope that works out. And this time we're gonna do it in real time just so you can see what the flight would look like in real time. Because I know people out there, some prefer real time, some prefer slow motion. So I have it all set up, and all I have to do is just press a button to make it go. Why not do it in both? Makes sense, right? I mean, if you only want one or the other, you just skip the other one. Nice and simple. Alright. I don't hear their engines yet. I do hear their engines. They're going good. See, I don't like real time because, well, have you seen this frame rate, man? It's like 13 frames per second. It's not pretty, man. It's like, I need more power than a 4790K that's overclocked. It's a lot of power. This will be the first camera angle we'll use. Alright, go ahead and get a camera angle that's a little bit more suitable now. One nice thing is I should be able to look at where all the scratches on the ground are and then put a camera like right where they're gonna crash. So we could go like right here. And go. That looked good. I kind of cut off some of the ones at the end for their landing because I was watching the other ones crash at the end. It's hard to decide what the camera should be pointed at, you know? But that looked good. I like that. So we could do that. We got a couple more things I want to try like this. One of them is put my truck on the other side of the ramp. So now, instead of all flying beautifully and at the same way, they slam into my truck and that might ruin things. Now, they might get all crooked because I'm moving the truck around, or they might be able to compensate. I'm not positive. So I'll just see what they look like when they're coming at me, and if it looks like I need to adjust, or it looks like if they're crooked, I'll just reset them. But I might be able to save a little bit of time by lining up the truck while they're driving. So like right there, that's a lined up truck. For the most part, we could go a little bit more left. There we are. I see them coming. They look pretty straight. And should be a good crash. This one, we'll do it in real... Well, I'll do this one in slow-mo and then real time afterwards, I think, again. Because that way, with the slow-mo, you can kind of see what happens, and then you know how to line up stuff for the real time. Oh, they are crashing into each other in the air now. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. The rest of them at the end, though, eventually they all just kind of took off in a normal path, so they're not crashing into each other. But the first 5 or so, those ones looked cool. They're all crashing into each other and stuff. Alright, I'm happy with the way this one's turning out again. Oh, there we go. We got some collisions going again. Yes. That's what I wanted to see. Where's my red truck anyways? Oh, there he is. Alright, well, that's about that. Wow! That light blue one! That one actually did really good at not getting damaged. Like, I see the back came off and got some scrapes on it. Or dents on the rear, but not anything severe compared to some of these other ones. Like the purple one is wrecked. That one's pretty wrecked up. You know, that one came out good. Anyways, let's go ahead and speed things up, do a reset all, and do this one in real time now. And I'm just going to do the same thing to line everything up. I'm going to put my truck right in front of the ramp and see what happens. This time maybe I'll put it a little bit farther away from the ramp, so it might cause them to slow down more when they hit the ramp, which means all of the trucks will crash into each other. Hypothetically. I don't know if that'll actually be what happens, but we'll see. So if I put it like right there, so that way they come in, hit my truck, they all kind of pile up, then they hit the jump. I mean, they're going 110 miles per hour, so I think that amount of distance should be enough. It might not actually be enough at all. I don't know. Kind of experimental here. Because, like I said, this is one of those things where I should do this, and I'm doing it. No pre-testing here, just go with it. It didn't seem to slow them down much. Like, the first few again crashed, but then the rest of them, they still didn't hit it. And there you go. That's that crash. Now, here's another idea I had while I was watching all this, okay? Did I say it? I don't know if I said it, but I want to put a brick wall right where the vehicles land. So that way, instead of all kind of just bouncing about, they go boom, right into a brick wall. Now, I need to kind of figure out what location that would be, because the last one was going with them hitting my truck, which is not the goal. So I need to just go ahead and wait for a little bit and see where the trucks will about land, and then put a wall right there. And this will be the run we use, by the way. I'm not going to like do 2 separate runs. I'm just going to wait until they're in the air, freeze physics, add the wall, unfreeze it, and hopefully everything will work out. It's always a hopefully everything will work out. I wonder how many times that has been my strategy for things. Hopefully it'll work out. And it's not a good strategy for me personally. It doesn't work out usually. It's not something I should be doing, that's for sure. But I'm doing it anyways. We're going to do it. Hopefully it works out. Alright, so slow it up a little bit. That delay to go into slow-mo is a killer. I swear, there's so many things I've missed just because of that. Alright. So let's do it like this. Let's have a really high wall for this one. And we're just going to put like a wall right there, and then just going to go bam, right into the wall. Then we'll pull the wall back a bit and do it again. So let's go into the map editor. And to get a wall, we'll just go meshes, and levels. I'm just grabbing it from the one place I know where the meshes are. Like, I know what's here. You could use whatever you want, but I'm going to meshes, levels, grid map, and then I'm just opening up the folders until you get to the miscellaneous. And then I'm just going to grab a giant block. If I can scroll, it's under GM Cube 4M. And I know it has no material. I don't care, because we're going to stretch it out anyway, so it would look really hideous if it did. I could texture it up in a couple of seconds if I wanted to, but, you know, the orange is a nice color for variety. Gets you a good opportunity to see, oh, that's the car, and, well, there's orange cars, isn't there? I'm too lazy to care. Like, I have no complaints about no textures for something that's just a thrown up wall. So, back into the game, and unfreeze physics. Oh, this is perfect! Just piling up the trucks. And now they're all coming down. And that's, I know I said 9, or I said 10 cars, didn't I? These have all only been 9. Because I have to have the one car for them to chase. Oh well. I lied a little bit. Eventually we'll probably do one that's 10 cars. But for now, it's 9s. Yeah, I can make it a 10 car for this next one. What we'll do is just, we got to do a reset all. Grab my vehicle, and I'll just drive it to the wall, and right in front of the wall, then they'll hit the wall, then they'll land on my truck. At least that's the ideal outcome. I don't know if me being a little bit farther away from the ramp will confuse the AI. I mean, you never know with them. You never know what to expect. And this one will be real time because it's pretty much the same thing as the last one, so it's not worth doing slow-mo on it too. It's like the same thing, so we'll just do it just like that. I know you're coming. I know you're there. Maybe I shouldn't have put him so far away. I mean, it is nice having him so fast when they get to the ramp, but I am not a patient man. Y'all need to drive faster. Use your turbos. Alright, so you've seen the jump in real time, so I'm not going to focus too much on that. I'm going to instead just focus on the collision. So that should be a pretty good camera angle. It does look funnier in real time. Because they're just like bang, 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 non-stop crashing. And there, they landed on my truck, so it was a 10 car crash, just like promised. So that was cool. Alright, now, I think that's all I want to do for that level of the wall. Now I'm going to push the wall back a bit and do that. So, go ahead and say vehicles, do a reset all, and we're going to wait for the AI to come. And when they get near, I'll just move the wall back a bit and figure out where that goes. Like, I don't know exactly where it'll go, but I'll figure it out when they get here. Well, I should probably move the wall first. Let's do that while they're driving towards me. We'll push the wall back, and then I think it'll just be easier, because that way they're not slamming into the wall before I could do anything. And I can freeze physics from here, I believe, so should work out. I don't know if I could do slow-mo from the map editor. I'm not sure if I ever checked that. It's just one of those things I just thought about. Like, I've never thought about, can I do slow-mo from the map editor? Nah, yeah, you can. Alright, so once they hit the jump, we'll pop into slow-mo, figure out where they're going to land, and then put the wall into place. So this one I want it like right where they hit the ground, basically. Oh, they hit the wall still, even though it's invisible! What is this nonsense? What? I guess it's because... that is my fault. Because in order for the changes to actually take place, you do have to go out of the map editor and back in the game. Whoops. Sorry about that. Here. We'll try that one more time. That was an interesting looking thing though, because you could actually see it from a different angle, so I'll keep that in. Normally I would edit something like that out, but it was kind of interesting. And I was like, oh, I like interesting. I'm going to keep it in anyways. Because you got to see it from the other angle. Like, you could see it, you know, where you like see where the wall would be. And you could see the metal munching and stuff. Just unfortunate it happened when I didn't expect it. It's one of those ideas that I wouldn't have came up with. So it's like, hey, I'll take it. It was a cool looking crash. Anyways, my patience. I have to conquer my patience. Conquer my patience. Hurry up! Alright. I see him coming. I'm really happy the AI has been working out so well. And you could use different vehicles and stuff, but I don't think they'd be able to stay in such like a perfectly straight line. The fact that I use the same vehicle for all of them really allows them to stay in a nice straight line for this thing. Because they're all the same speed, so they all kind of can draft each other. If I had a bunch of different vehicles, you know, some vehicles are off the line faster, but they have a higher top speed, so you'd have to do all kinds of, like, a lot of testing to figure out which car goes where and how much distance you need and all that stuff, and it's not really worth it to me, personally, to do that on camera. It's something you could do off camera if you wanted to, but not on camera. Anyways, into the map editor. And we're going to pull the wall to, like, right there. So it's like right before they hit the ground, they hit the wall. That looks pretty good. And unfreeze physics. 1, 2. Hey, how'd they get all crooked? Oh well. Doesn't matter. Pretty much the same as before. Well, actually, they're stacking up this time. I made a stack of cars. That's cool. So you can do it from that camera angle too. I should make this wall bigger so I could actually do that without it being so glitchy. I'm gonna go into map editor and do some more map editing. Just gonna stretch it out. That way I could do that. And I gotta actually make sure I remember the point it's at. So we'll freeze physics. We'll whoop. And then we'll pull it back so that way I don't have to worry too much about that. There we go. So now I could do it from that camera angle like that. Alright, then we're gonna go ahead and do a reset all. And just wait. Actually, you know what I could do? I could move my truck into a position to be crashed. Oh, good thing I wasn't just waiting. I forgot it was an 8-time slow-mo. I would have been waiting a long time. Just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Be like, why aren't the cars here? Oh, it's my fault. It's always my fault. I mean, it's not like there's really much people you can blame when you're playing a single-player game. Unless it crashes. Well, it's actually usually my fault it crashes too because I did something crazy. Oh, I know something that's not my fault. When a vehicle, I'm trying to off-road it and it only has an automatic transmission, so it sucks at off-roading. That is not my fault. Alright, right there should be a good spot. I don't know where they are, actually. Are they getting near yet? They're still a little bit away. This one will be the real-time one, and I want to do it from this camera angle in real time because it looks cool like this way. I think it looks cool being inside the wall like I am the wall. You shall not pass me. Oh, it's gonna miss my car mostly. Oh well. Still looks cool though. It's the pile of cars. See, originally the idea was actually just set up a wall and hit that wall. And we got distracted and now we're just doing this. So, whoops, I guess. I don't know. It's working out cool. Alright, do one more reset all on this setup and then we'll change it up. Because I want to see that same crash with some slow-mo. Because I really like the whole I am the wall. That seems to work out pretty cool. And I'll just slam into the wall. I don't care. Oh, that would have been that could have been really bad because if my truck shifted all to the side and it was broken, yeah, that would have been terrible. Good thing it didn't. Otherwise, I would have to reset it and do it all again. You know, it'd be cool is if there was a way to just say, hey, make the cars move at 100 miles per hour instantaneously. So that way you could just put them behind the ramp and say go, and then they just launch off. Well, you could kind of do that with like a cannon, but that's cheating. It's like not what I mean. It's like, yeah, you could do that, but that's totally not what I meant. Anyhow, I am the wall. You shall not pass me because I'm a wall. That just looks so cool. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take away the ramp and then just slam into the wall a couple of times, and that'll be the video, I think, because it's actually been quite a long video, hasn't it? Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. But these will be the 10-car ones, because I'm going to just make them slam into my car, which is right up to the wall. So we'll do a reset all. Now. Like it really matters, you know, I'm so precise with it, And just pop the ramp off. Good, perfect. And into the game. All we're going to do is drive my truck up to that wall. Then you wait. So this one will be real time because there's not much that can go wrong. And then the next one will be slow-mo, and well, that'll probably be the end. Well, I could do some from in the wall and then some outside the wall because I really like the inside of the walls. I don't know if you guys do as much as I do. I think it's cool because it's just an angle you don't normally get to see. It's something very different. Normally you see a crash, you see what it crashes into. On that one, you just see the crashing. It's obviously not something you would do if it's the only crash you show, but if you're showing a variety, it works out pretty good. At least that's what I think. So, real time. I knew what that was going to look like, but it's still fun. You know, the other thing is, actually, when I was testing that out, I was doing the wall a lot closer, so it wasn't as fast. The extra speed made it a lot more fun. Because I don't even see my truck. Oh, there's my truck. It's at the top of the pile. I win. Alright, let's go and do a... All of you shall reset. And slow it down. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize how fast I was going. I'm gonna hit the wall. Oh, I'm okay. That was actually really close to hitting the wall when I didn't want to. I want a fresh truck for this. It's the way it has to be. Alright, here we are, ready to go. So for this one, I want it to be inside the wall. and slow-mo. And then maybe I'll do one last... Whoa, my voice kind of... That was weird. That was weird. One last one from the outside. I said 8 times slower. Sheesh. We'll just do it from the outside from here on out. Because you can't see much because it's just a pile. Like it's a pile of metal and they're crashing into the pile, not the actual wall. So that'll be it then. That is the 10-car crash. That one was 10 cars. At least it should be, unless I miscounted at the very start. Anyways, till next time, this is WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.